Hey, we're Alene, Jess, and Jana, and we're here to say
that we read a bunch of books before today.
We read Crucible, Huck Finn, and The Scarlet Letter.
And The Color Purple's recent, so we know it even better.
So we're gonna start from the very beginning with a play called The Crucible that's really winning.
Straight out of Salem with our best friend Abigail. She claiming witchcraft, so they call in Reverend Hale.
Proctor comes in and says, "Now wait a minute, my wife Lizzie ain't no witch, now you bitches are in it."
He goes to the court and says, "Looky here, don't you think these children are acting queer?"
"No one here's a witch, including my wife, so close up this court and stop causing so much strife."
The judges were mad when he said this. Their names are Hawthorne and Danforth, and they were super pissed.
So they brought in his wife and put his word to the test. They asked her about the adultery, but she didn't confess. She knew about the activities of her husband, but she was privy to them. She knew that he had sinned.
Right after this, they were both in jail, with the confession of their sin as the only offered bail.
Lizzie said, "Please, John, live for the baby." John thought about it, then said, "Well, maybe."
But in the end, John Proctor will not confess. Elizabeth is kind of proud and the whole town's a mess.
Next, moving on to The Scarlet Letter. It's about witchcraft as well, but wait, it gets better.
Let me tell you about the Scarlet Letter. Doesn't look like much, but it's quite a getter. Starts with a pretty young lady named Hester. She's the one the town likes to pester. 'Cause after her sin of adultery, Bosom's got a red A, untrustworthy. Hester's old man, Mr. Chillingworth, got some maddening revenge he needs to unearth. After finding out that poor Dimmesdale is the one, he acts buddy-buddy so the town can shun the highly revered minister whose failing health's making people wonder what's wrong with his heart, what's wrong with his worth. People don't know until he confesses and dies. Poor Hester and Pearl leave to cry. But finally, after some time is gone, the power of the letter is long gone. Hester wears it with pride, walking back to town, showing all the old lady how well off she's now. Old Chillingworth's eyes all sad and evil, while Hester passes away all nice and civil. Now that we're done with the Scarlet Letter, let's go down the Mississippi to have an adventure.
In the adventures of Huckleberry Finn, the young boy Huck is basically an orphan. He goes around society trying to fit in, even join Tom's gang, though he's got no kin. Then his drunk dad appears out of the blue, and Huck's taken away from society too. But Huck fakes his death and provides good proof. So Huck is free, poof. On the island where no one really goes, Huck finds Jim, an old friend, not a foe. Jim tells Huck that he's run away too, and though Jim's a slave, Huck takes him into his crew. So now the pair are traveling along the river, and they trade dreams, ideas, and never bicker. They encounter robbers and dead men, and Granger Fords and Shepherdsons. But then Huck Finn starts to feel doubt about whether or not he should be helping Jim out. He thinks Jim's a slave in someone's property, so why am I going in slavery? Yet in the end, as it turns out, when Jim gets captured, Huck doesn't beat about. "All right, I'll damn myself," says he, and with Tom's help, he sets a free man free. Speaking of free, just listen to me. We're still in the South, but with a girl named Celie.
Just read a book called The Color Purple, but nothing rhymes with purple. So cut me some slack. This book's about a girl named Celie, and when you hear about a story, you'll be all like, really? All that she wants is her freedom like a dove, but unfortunately she keeps getting taken advantage of. First, it's her pa that's bothering her. Then she's married off to Mr., and the same shade occurs. She's super unhappy till her sister Nettie comes to stay, but then Mr. can't resist, so Nettie's sent on her way. This makes Celie pretty upset, as her sister and her say they never gonna let any man get in between us, so they're kinda surprised when Mr. makes a mean fuss. After that, Celie feels pretty awful, and the abuse that Mr. give her is unlawful. Till Harper's girl Sophia come to town, make Harper and Mr. quit messing around. She and Celie start making a quilt, and bond over the craft that they have built. Then along comes a woman who feels every day free. Mr. lover lots, her name is Shug Avery. Celie meets Shug and it's love before sight, and the following months they spend many a night in Shug's room together sewing, making pins, and meanwhile knowing all about Nettie and her whereabouts, and solid opinions about Mr. they made from the doubts. Now Nettie is working as a missionary in Africa where things are not so merry. The people of the Olinka tribe love their roof leaf. It's like the garden gives them good vibes. Celie's kids are with Nettie. The names are Adam and Olivia, but we're in Africa here, not Bolivia. The kid's father, not biological, is named Samuel, and he's super logical. The mother caretaker is not Celie. Her name's Corinne, but she has a feeling of jealousy and hatred aimed at Nettie, 'cause the children don't look like her, they look like Nettie instead. Corinne passes away after a while. Sam and Nettie get together in the country without the Nile. Then when the children them come back to the village, she sees that it's still looking, well, pretty pillage. Back in the state, Celie's chillin' with Sugar, but then she leaves to fix her house. Sugar picks up a looker of only 19 years of age. Sugar's sad when Celie is kinda outraged. Later on, some words from Nettie. There's big news, so you better get ready. Tashi, a girl from the Olinka squad, gets married to Adam, whose dedication deserves laud. Celie hears news that Nettie's ship sank, but when she hears this, she didn't make a stink. She said, I knows that Nettie's alive. I can feel it in my bones, she's gonna arrive. Celie gets a lot closer with Mister, then Chug comes. Can't forget to list her. Then Nettie and Sammy show up on the doorstep with the whole Africa crew, except there are more left. Tashi come with 'cause of her and Adam, plus Olivia, Samuel, and Nettie, the madam. This is The Color Purple, now the song's been sung. Hope you, like Celie, feel a little more young.
You've heard about the books, about the stories and plots.
Plus some of the themes, and believe us, there's a lot.
American Lit ain't nothing you can scoff
This
at.
be Alene, Jess, and Jana, and we're signing off. Yeah!